Hello, Strategic Alpha community members, and I welcome you to yet another super interesting session. And in this today's session, we are going to discuss about Hero Motocorp. Will it become the next multibagger? क्या ये बनेगा अगला multibagger? So this video will be divided into two parts. In the part one, in this today's video, we'll be discussing about two-wheeler industry structure, market share, and growth numbers. Why I'm focusing on Hero Motocorp at current juncture. Interesting information about Hero Motocorp. Peter Lynch 6 type of stock and where is Hero Motocorp placed in that categories. My thesis on Hero Motocorp, that why it can become a multi-bagger going forward. What is my thesis? We'll be discussing that in this part one. I'll be also talking about valuations, why it is a deep value bet and one of the hated bets because it has not created any wealth for its shareholders for the past 9 years. So what are the valuations today? Can the laggard become a leader? We'll be discussing all these points in part one. And after this part one, in the next week, we'll be discussing the part two of this video, which is how value unlocking can happen in the Hero Motocorp and key growth triggers. What are those triggers? And the business strategies by Hero Motocorp for 2023 to 2025 and how value unlocking can happen because of these business strategies. Then we'll be talking about negatives, key risk, and what are the monitorables if we are focusing on Hero Motocorp bet. And is it the right time to bet on Hero Motocorp? We'll be delving into technical analysis where we'll be talking about ratio charts, we'll be talking about relative strength, we'll be talking about bottoming out of Hero Motocorp, and then finally my take, what is that I'm expecting from Hero Motocorp over the next 1 or 2 years that we are going to discuss in this part one and part two of Hero Motocorp series. So stay tuned in this session. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. So do like, share, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. So let us go forward and understand the industry structure. This is the two-wheeler industry volume trend. Just look at the numbers from 2014, FY14 to FY 2022. After FY19, we have seen industry going into degrowth phase because from 14 to 2019, industry was growing at a pace of 10 to 11%. And today the industry growth has came down and we have seen a degrowth in two-wheeler industry. This is volume trend. You can see that this is domestic two-wheeler industry volume and YOY growth. In fact, it went into negative growth in FY20, FY21 and FY22. This is the structure of two-wheeler industry and we have seen a period of 4 to 5 years of negative growth in this industry. However, the times have started to change and that is the reason why in fact I made a special video on auto bets which I took in June 2022. That video is available on YouTube, how to navigate the bear market, because that is when I took a big bet on auto. And this is that ongoing bet because autos are 3 to 4 year cycles. And it has just happened like 1 year where the auto bets have started playing well. And why I'm interested in Hero Motocorp is for the same reason, because auto plays are usually 3 to 4 year plays. These are not 1 to 2 year plays. And two-wheeler industry after FY 2022, in FY 2023, we have seen a positive growth. Two-wheeler industry grew in 2023 after a rough patch of 4 years. But it is still below 2019 growth rate. So this is sources from Siam and IFL research. Now let us understand why I'm focusing on Hero Motocorp, because there are many companies, TVS Motocorp, TVS Motors, iShare Motors, there are a lot of companies. At current juncture, why I'm focusing on Hero Motocorp? Let us go forward and understand key facts. So Hero Motocorp is number one two-wheeler manufacturer in entire world, not in India. This is entire world. It has 8 manufacturing facilities. It is working in, it is exporting its products in 40 plus countries. It has 9,000 plus customer touch points, 110 million subscribers, means customers for this company, and 30 years of excellent service. Means it has an experience of 37 years, and it qualifies by criteria of business having at least 2 years, 2 decades of history, and it has manufacturing excellence, extensive distribution network, sourcing and supply chain at scale, power brand, state of art R&D, and talent powerhouse. So this is the state of art center for high quality distinguished product. This is Center of Innovation and Technology Jaipur. This is for Hero. This is Hero Center in Germany, and they are building platform for the future growth with latest technological advancement. They have altered into EV and all those new segments. Hero Motocorp, interesting information. It is the world's largest manufacturer of two-wheelers in terms of units sold by a single company in a calendar year for more than 2 decades. It holds that record for 2 decades. Stock is providing a dividend yield of 3.54%. This is the most positive thing. One of the most positive thing in Hero Motocorp. Dividend yield of 3.4%, 3.54% is equivalent to saving account dividend yield. Hero Motocorp owns around 38% stake in Ether Energy, valued at around 8,000 crore. It also owns 41% stake in Hero FinCorp, valued at around 5 to 6,000 crore. It has already tied up with Harley Davidson for India business. Company has entered into a strategic partnership with Gogoro Inc. to accelerate the shift from fuel-based mobility to sustainable electric mobility in India. LIC owns around 11.23% stake in Hero Motocorp. ICICI Prudential Blue Chip Fund owns around 4.32% stake in Hero. So this was interesting information. If we look at the revenue, the company has recently done a revenue of 33,000 crore. They have a EBITDA per vehicle of around 8,500 rupees. Profit after tax, recently they did a profit after tax of 2,900 crore in FY 2023. They have a reserves, positive reserves of 14,000 crores. So these are the important points, key facts of Hero Motocorp, and that is the reason why I like Hero Motocorp. Means that is the reason why I couldn't ignore Hero Motocorp, but the timing was important. And in the part 2 of this video, I'll be talking about why timing in such bets is very much important, because similar type of timing I talked about ITC, because for 6-7 years it did nothing. But when I timed it, and I in fact posted on Telegram channel, this is the snapshot of that post. I said it clearly that ITC is the only stock which will be outperforming the other FMCG stocks. And ITC, the return which has given in by ITC in past 1.5 years, none other FMCG has given such return. So timing is important in one of the hated stocks when you are picking them. And Hero Motocorp, I'll be discussing in the part 2 of this video. Just stay tuned why I'm talking about the timing. So let us discuss about Peter Lynch's 6 types of stocks. So I've discussed it multiple times on our YouTube channel. There are various types of stocks. Depending upon the stock which is into that category, we'll be able to play that opportunity better. And that's why I use this Peter Lynch 6 types of stocks model to play the bets well. Because playing each category is completely different. The style of playing each category is completely different. There are slow growers, laggards like NTPC, stalwarts like Hero Motocorp, the large caps, the large companies. Fast growers, these are high growth companies like Bajaj Finance from 2008 to 2020. It was a high grower, fast grower company. There are cyclicals like cement companies, steel companies, and all those companies. There are turnarounds like Reliance Power, which we discussed few time back on our YouTube channel at around 3 rupees. The stock has went up 5x. So there are turnaround. Then there are asset plays. I would discuss one such case study, which is available on YouTube, which is Kalyani Investments. You can go through that. Each of the type has a different style of playing them. And that's why understanding that is important. And Hero Motocorp category, this comes into stalwarts, because large companies with moderate growth rate. So industry growth rate, which is expected, I'm taking the very moderate expectation for the industry growth rate, because many industry experts are saying about 8 to 9%, but I have taken only 6 to 7% industry growth rate expectation. And Hero Motocorp growth expectation as per management commentary is around 11 to 12%. So these are not like the companies which grow at 20, 15, 20, 25%, because these are large companies and mature companies having moderate growth rate. They will never have high growth rates. So Hero Motocorp is a stalwart, a large company with moderate growth rate. So this fits into that. So let us understand the thesis why I'm playing Hero Motocorp at this current juncture. The reason for that is My thesis is, in stalwarts, we should look at good businesses with temporary problems. And I talk it multiple times about Nestle example, that good businesses, large cap, and it is a stalwart. Such businesses should be played with this thesis, good business with temporary problems. And about Nestle, I always talk about Maggie ban, because Maggie ban was a temporary problem for Nestle. It gave an opportunity to buy in deep value zone, and stock has become a multi-bagger since then. So during Maggie ban, the world was knowing that Maggie is going to make a comeback, but the stock collided like anything. Within short period of time, the stock was down like 40-50%. So good businesses with temporary problems, that is when you get an opportunity to enter these stocks. But in case of Hero Motocorp, the temporary problem has been there for past 4 to 5 years. And let us understand what are those temporary problems for Hero Motocorp. As you can see on the screen, Hero Motocorp has lost market share, 125cc segment. The market share has came down from 49% to as low as 20.9%. So this is going through a temporary phase. And why I'm calling it as temporary, will be talking about that at a later stage. Two-wheeler market share, not only 125cc bike, it is overall two-wheeler market share is coming down for Hero Motocorp. These are three segments like scooters, motorcycles, and overall two-wheelers. Scooters is denoted here. So scooter market share, they used to have a market share of 16.3% in FY16. Right now, they are having a market share of just 7.2%. So they have lost market share to other companies in scooter segment. Even if you look at the motorcycles, they used to have a market share of 52.4%. Now the market share has came down to 46.9%. In overall two-wheelers, they used to have a market share of 39%. The market share has came down to 32.9%. So this is the temporary problem which the company has been going through. And this company has been going through this temporary problem from long time now, from FY16, because it is consistently losing market share. And why I'm calling temporary, we'll be discussing about that at a later stage. Even if you look at the volume trend for Hero Motocorp in key models, so Splendor, if you see the growth of Splendor, it has not got affected much in terms of volume. But other volumes, other bikes have seen a degrowth in volumes. In fact, they have seen a drop in volumes. For Passion, the volumes have gone down. Glamour volume have gone down. HF Deluxe, the volumes have gone down. The Splendor is the only bike which is performing well for them, and not to well, actually it has just maintaining the past numbers for Splendor. So if you look at Hero's share in domestic revenues, because other models revenues have came down, Hero's share in the domestic revenues have risen sharply from 39.3% to 63.1%. This is the one of the temporary problem which is going through. I'll be discussing at a later stage why I'm repeatedly telling that this is a temporary problem. Now let us understand my thesis. Good businesses with temporary problems brings valuation comfort. And I always talked about that in Nestle also. Let us see that in this case of Hero Motocorp. So temporary problem has helped the stock to correct, means the stock is in the same range, but the valuations have corrected. So Hero Motocorp PE ratio is now trading at 10-year average, below 10-year average. It used to have a PE ratio of 32 in 2015 times. Currently, the PE ratio is around 18 to 20. Now, if you look at from the market cap to sales ratio also, in FY15, it used to trade at a market cap to sales of 2.5, 2.6, 2.8 times. Now, the market cap to sales is just 1.6 times. So this is well way below 10-year average. Even if you look at the relative valuation price to book value chart, it used to get a valuation of 11 times book in 2015. Currently, the price to book value ratio is at 3.5 times. So what it has created, this temporary problem has created a valuation comfort in Hero Motocorp. The valuations are below 10-year lows, much below 10-year lows if we look it from all the perspectives which I have talked in this video. Now, this has come to an end of my part 1 of this video, because we'll be discussing a lot of things in part 2. This is what I had planned in part 1 of this video. So Hero Motocorp, till now, which we have discussed, we have got to understand that Hero Motocorp, it is the largest manufacturer of two-wheelers in the world. going through a temporary problems, which is losing market share in two-wheeler segment, but the valuations are at 10-year lows. So in the part 2 of the video, once again, which I said, what are we going to discuss in part 2 of the video? Part 2 of the video, we are going to discuss that if there is a deep value which is available today because of the temporary problem, how value unlocking can happen in Hero Motocorp? Because value तो है, but value doesn't mean anything. अगर उसमें growth triggers नहीं है तो value unlock नहीं होगी. How this company can come out of this temporary problem, we need to understand that, and we'll be talking that in the part 2 of the video. Second, we'll be talking about Hero Motocorp strategies. What are the actual strategies through which they are going to recover the lost market share? They are going to increase their sales. What are the negatives, risk, and monitorables? Is it the right time to bet on Hero Motocorp from the stock perspective? Because the great business might not be always a great investment. So pricing is also important apart from the valuations front. So is it the right time to bet on Hero Motocorp? We'll be discussing about technical analysis, ratio chart, relative strength of Hero Motocorp. Is it going to outperform the other auto stocks and index in itself? We'll be discussing that in part 2 of this video. Then I'll be talking about my take. What is that I expect from Hero Motocorp? What is the downside risk which I'm seeing? What is the upside potential which I'm seeing? So we'll be discussing all these points in the next videos. So thank you for attending this session. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Don't forget to follow us on our social medias handles for the dose of knowledge, wisdom, and ideas. We are available on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram and Twitter. So all those links will be given in the description below. To attend our upcoming workshop on techno value investing, where we'll be talking about fundamentals, technicals, value, and trigger, and to create a holistic strategy to compound your money in an effective way. We'll be taking that workshop, and the link of the workshop will be given in the description below. So thank you for attending this session. Thank you.